Hey guys, this is Eric back at you with a motion tutorial, and this time around we're going to do lightsabers in motion. Now this movie clip I have here is from a place called CPOstudios. It's their media that they have. I downloaded online. They have a written tutorial on how to do lightsabers in motion, and it comes along with this media, and I'll post a link in the description if I can remember. So I just wanted to give them a shout out, and I know there's lightsaber tutorials for motion all over YouTube and stuff, but maybe some of my viewers haven't seen it, and maybe some people would just like to see me go through it. So as you can see, we have some footage here, and it's just of the feller from CPOstudios holding a imitation lightsaber just as a reference. And when we get finished, this is what we're going to have here, and if we play it, I'm not going to go through and rotoscope the whole thing. That will take too long, but I'm going to show you the finished results after rotoscoping. This is just a few frames of it here. You know, I've enabled motion blur and tried to adjust the width of the saber as it travels through the air. Let me render that real fast. Play it in real time. As you can see, it sticks pretty good. It's pretty good roto. You just got to take your time and do it right. So let's go back to the beginning. And let's get started. So let's turn off our lightsaber. Now we have our regular clip. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to have to make our saber. So go to your library. In your contents folder you'll see a white square PSD. Select that and apply it. Okay? And when you apply it, this is what you'll get. A little square over top of your movie. Take your square and make it the same size as your media. Okay, now we have a screen that's all white. Now what we're going to want to do is, we're going to want to take our mask tool, like this, and just click 4 points anywhere. And now as you can see, this is what we've ended up with. So now I'm going to take this, and I'm going to position it. Now here's a trick to your roto. If you want to, it'll make it a lot easier if you turn off the white shape, uncheck the white shape, and select the mask again. And as you can see, we have our mask with no shape. And now we can go in here and adjust things a lot better. So let's adjust our saber down to the right dimensions. Let's see here how long. Okay, we want to make sure we get it long enough. As you can see, there's the tip there. Position these up by the handle. Now we got our first position. Let's turn on our record button and let's step through it frame by frame. Let's go back 1 frame to frame 6. And we'll bring this up here like this. Make sure your record button's on. Now the only way to do this is painstakingly do it frame by frame. You cannot motion track a lightsaber. Trust me, people's tried and people have failed. If you successfully find a way to motion track a lightsaber, please let me know. Share your knowledge with me, because I have no idea. I've tried and tried and tried, and several people has tried and tried and tried. As you can see, I'm just stepping through here this frame by frame. I'm going to do 3 or 4 frames for you guys, just so you can get an idea. Okay. Like this. The tedious part is down here by the handle. Now in shake you can do it a little better. I made core mats. You can make a core mat to give it the little blip at the end, and you can just do better lightsabers in shake. But people ask a lot about doing them in motion, so we're going to do this one in motion. Finish keyframing this guys for you, rotoing this. Like so. Now if your mask disappears, just select your mask again, and if you don't see your points, just right click and there'll be a selection for edit points. Okay, looking good, looking good. I know this is boring to watch, guys. You all can step through the video if you like. but I want to go through the whole thing so you guys can get an idea of how this is done. Okay, I think that's our last frame. Let's adjust our end here. Let's see what we got. There we go. Turn my record button off. Now you can watch as I play it. The mask is sticking pretty daggone good. Okay. So now let's begin on our lightsaber. Let's go back to the beginning. Okay. Let's close down this other group so you guys won't get confused. So now, as you can see, we have our footage, our white PSD right here, and our mask on the white PSD, which turns it into our lightsaber. Okay. So now what we're going to do is we're going to add a Gaussian blur, add filter, blur, Gaussian blur. This will blur out your filter. Now don't adjust it, don't do anything, leave it alone, okay? Select your white PSD, go up to add filter, color correction, color balance. Now you have this white PSD with a mask, a Gaussian blur on the mask, and a color balance on the white PSD, okay? And that's over top of our saber clip. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to duplicate this about 3 times by selecting it and hitting Command D. Okay, there we go. Now we have 4 clips, and they're all exactly the same. And I'm not going to touch the top clip, okay? What I'm going to do is I'm going to start with the one right below it, okay? Actually, it might be better to start with the bottom. So go to the bottom clip, duplicate clip, turn it down, okay? Turn down your mask, select your Gaussian blur, go to your inspector. The first Gaussian blur, I'm going to make it about 35. Like that. Okay, go to the one above it. Turn down the mask and select the Gaussian blur. I'm going to make it about 12. Okay, now we've applied a Gaussian blur to the 2 bottom ones. Let's go up to the next one. Turn the mask down, select the Gaussian blur. Let's make it about, we'll leave it about 4. Now we'll select the very top one, turn it down, select the Gaussian blur, and we'll make it 1. Okay, now we have that. Now let's go back and start adjusting our color balance. We'll go to the bottom, and this is where personal taste comes in. Okay? You just got to mess with your color balance until you get the color you're looking for. So adjust color balance on the bottom, then you go to your next one. Then go to the next color balance and adjust that one. And the very top one is the white one. You don't want to mess with that one. So now, as you can see, we have this pretty good lightsaber here. And when you play it, you can see it looks pretty good. Let me render this. So you can imagine the painstaking process it is to put a lightsaber on a whole scene, especially some of these Star Wars scenes you've seen in the movies, how long they are. I mean, they have saber battles that are 10, 15, 20 minutes long sometimes, and it's just unbelievable the amount of work that goes into this, because there's no easy way to do this. So let's play it, and there we go. There's our lightsaber. Thanks to CPOstudios for the written tutorial and the wonderful media. I'll put a link to the tutorial in the description. It's quite an old tutorial. I think it's back in 2005, but I still want to give the fella credit anyway because he done a good job. So this is that written tutorial translated out onto video. I hope you guys have learned something, and we'll see you next time.